Hi everyone, this is Shahrukh and I'm here for the prime reason being that we just released the poster of a new upcoming film from Yash Raj, which is Pathaan, and incidentally it also happens to be my 30 years in Indian film industry. Yeah, I do remember the first day when I shot. I was shooting for Hemaji for Dilash Na Hai, and for me it was at what 5 or 6 p.m. on this day, 30 years ago, somewhere in near Lokhandwala, in a bungalow. And I remember Hemaji showing me how to do the shot, and she looked so wonderful and beautiful. And of course, I could never ever manage to act like Hema Malini ji. But I've tried my best to come close to performers like her, and I've been extremely thankful to all of you for having paired and born with me for the last 30 years. So here I am, and I think if I'm not mistaken, this is my first Insta Live, so I may make some mistakes. There might be some sounds, and I might take a while to read the question and then answer the questions that you have. But because we have less time, I think we're time bound by 30 minutes or 40 minutes, so however long Insta Live allows me to do this. So please go ahead and send your questions to me. I'm going to read them here and then answer them to the best of my capabilities and hopefully entertain you a bit. So Mitul Patel has written, hi, love you. So nice, Mitul. Early in the morning. For me early because I was shooting all night. It's really nice. I love you too, Mitu and Mitul. And God bless you, and yeah. Okay, most of the messages are I love you, so whenever the messages come I love you, to everyone who's sending me I love you right back, many more times over. This is Putri03. I'm sorry if I read some of the names wrong because you guys do tend to make some strange sounding handles, but I'll try my best. And you can ask me anything that you wish to, otherwise it will be very one-sided and I'll keep talking and chatting, and I won't be, what else can I tell you? I can tell you about my 30 years of journey while waiting for the next question to come up. And I have always believed when I came down to Mumbai that, I'll try to do as much work as possible, because the first time when I did my serial Fauji, I remember I was driving in a three-wheeler and two ladies who looked very glum just looked at me and started shouting Abhi. And at that point in time, I sort of realized that this is the reason that I'm going to act, that I can make people smile. So next question is from Fahmi Abdillah 13. So this is from Indonesia. So hi to everybody in Indonesia. It's been a long time since I've been there, so I miss you guys and love you all from Indonesia. Okay, I have to be a little louder. Rizvi Athar 12, my views on Pathaan. I haven't really watched the film. Adi and Siddharth are very conducive about showing the film. But I just told Siddharth, the director, and Adi, the producer, in the morning when the poster released that, I hadn't worked for about a year and a half, 2 years. I'd taken a hiatus. I was taking a bit of a break. I wasn't enjoying the process of filmmaking, which is what is more important to me than the film itself. And when we started shooting Pathaan, it was lots of fun. It's an action film. I have some wonderful co-actors, Deepika Padukone, John Abraham, Ashutosh Ranaji. There's lots of people in the film, and it's the kind of film I've always wanted to do for 30 years. I've always thought of myself as somebody who can do some cool action and stuff. So I think my first impression and my feelings about Pathaan is that what I really wanted to do the first day I came to Mumbai, hopefully I will achieve it with Pathaan as an actor and feel happy and hope to entertain you all. Aziz edits 09. When you're planning to come to Goa, this is, I don't know, yeah, maybe I'll come when the kids want to go. It's been a long time. I've been on a holiday for a long time, and with the unfortunate COVID also. So I've really been sitting at home like most of us. So I'm cancelling holidays right now. I'm just planning to keep on working. So Goa, not right now, unless a shooting brings me there, which I don't think I have now. But maybe at the end of the year, inshallah. Pink Fella, congratulations on completing 30 years. Thank you very much for your congratulations, Pink Fella. God bless you. Then there's Dr. Nerd 283. So current favorite song. Tan, 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 Pata Laguga. I like that song a lot. I think it's very sweet because whatever little Punjabi I know from Delhi, we say a lot of Tenu Laguga, Pata Laguga. And so I really like that song. I think it's a very cool song and I like the word Pata Laguga. Lost Soul Journey. For which movie you're most excited amongst the three, Pathaan, Jawan and Dunki? Like I said, the process of filmmaking is most important to me, and 90% of my work entails that I enjoy the process of being an actor. And 4 years ago I stopped enjoying it, so I didn't work for a year. 10% of it is that hopefully everybody also likes it, because everybody works very hard on trying to get the film right. And so I can't choose. It's like choosing between your children. I do like to believe I give a part of me to every film that I do, as much as I can, and hopefully even more at times. So they're all very dear to me. So I can't choose between Pathaan, Jawan or Dunki. All three are wonderful people, very different films, and I'm having lots of fun. So hopefully that fun will translate for everybody when you watch it. So no, I can't make a choice. All three are very different. Rishita Bhattacharya, when the trailer will come of Pathaan? I think sometimes in November, December. I'm not too sure. But normal practice is to release a trailer a month and a half before the film releases. So I guess at that time, I know the whole team is working very hard to finish the edit and the visual effects of the film, and I'm sure they're working hard on the trailer also. So yeah, November, December hopefully. I am Gaurav 21, sir. Sir, you can do everything for your movie except I'm assuming. What I can do everything for my movie. Yeah, I mean, I'm very shy, so there are a lot of scenes I can't do. So I request the directors and the writers, please don't do this for me, because I feel awkward doing it. One of the things which is very difficult for me to do as an actor is to laugh on screen. So I try to avoid scenes where I have to laugh. It sounds very unreal. I can't do it well. I remember in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, there's a basketball scene with Kajol, and I just couldn't laugh. So Karan had to make the small kid who says "Tusi ja rahe ho" make some funny faces so that I could laugh in the scene. And I think even then I could not do it as well as I wish I could. So laughing is difficult for me in films. I have. I think some people are asking, or somebody did say that, which is the movie I've enjoyed most doing so far. I'm in the middle of Jawan and Dunki. They're 50 to 60% complete now. Pathaan is complete, as we all know. So that was really enjoyable. Like I said, it's fun having to do this action, flying, kicking, doing everything that, when I was young, 26, 27, I always wanted to do. So it's a little late. At the age of 56, I'm being macho and solid and trying to make it work. But I think Siddharth and the whole action team has put in a lot of work, and hopefully I'll look like a good action hero. Rishita Bhattacharya, when the trailer will come, I've answered Joshi, N3L. I don't know when you write 3 what it means, but I'm assuming it's Neil Joshi. What do you love about the look of Pathaan? Oh, the hair. I love the hair. It actually also, the time that we were off from working because of COVID and otherwise, because I was sitting at home, I've always had this desire to grow my hair long and see if they grow long. I've never done it. So I love the hair because, in action films, hair flying, high speed, jumping. The only weird thing about the whole hair look was that many a times, Deepika and me had the same hairstyle in the scene. So I would be tying it here and suddenly Deepika would come onto the set and she'd have it same. So we had to start discussing. This is perhaps the first time in a movie I've had to discuss with my co-actress that what hairstyle are you having so that I don't copy the same. So that was nice, and I miss it now. I miss the fact that I've cut my hair. It did take about 1.5 years to grow them. So hopefully when we make part 2 of Pathaan, if you all like part 1 of Pathaan, then I'll grow it back again. So the questions are a little late in coming, or maybe you guys are not asking. As the case may be, let me tell you, some other incident. I don't know how much I'm supposed to share about Pathaan at this point in time, so I'll just share incident of my 30 years of working in films. The first thing about the 30 years of working in films is that they don't seem like 30 years. They seem like, it seems like yesterday I started working, you know, I was just speaking to my wife and my kids, and nobody here, you know, realizes the extent, till I myself read the hashtag 30 years of Shah Rukh Khan in films. And 30 years is a long time, it's a lifetime. I never thought I would last 30 years. I came down to Mumbai hoping that I will be able to work for a year maybe, 2 years at most, do 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 films. And you know, then if things don't work out, you know, find a job. I have done my studies to be not an economist, but in economics and mass communication. So I would find a job. Always felt I would find a job in the media. I would find something to do with films, even if it was, you know, lighting a setup, being a sound assistant. I just love films. So I'd always thought if I don't make it as an actor and leave after a year or so, I will, you know, just go back to doing some job here in Mumbai on the sets of other people, because cinema is what inspires me and makes me feel very happy. I have Mr. Assalam Khan. Sir, I love the look of Jawan. Tell me about anything about Jawan movies. Too early to say, Assalam. You know, there's still a long way to go. And I'm somebody who doesn't go on talking about his films. I'm not very social media savvy, you know, sending pictures from the sets and showing what we are doing, because I think the work that is put in a movie, or what you're assuming and trying to do with the film, it's work. It should not be shared, because I'm an entertainer. I don't want to share things that went good or bad or wrong or happy, or mistakes that we made while making a film. I think the film should be just enjoyed as an entertainment. So there's not much I can tell you about Jawan, except for the fact that as an actor I'm having a great time. There's Nayanthara ji in it, and you know, Atlee, the director, it's a different kind of film. Everybody's seen Atlee sir's films, and you know, he makes some outstandingly mass-oriented films. Again, a kind of genre that I've never done. So I wanted to try my hand out at it, and I think me and Atlee have a good chemistry. I bring in some, he brings in some, and hopefully whatever we've done of Jawan is really interesting and very thrilling and exciting. I am F4 RH4N. How does it feel celebrating 30 years of cinema with Pathaan? Like I said, you know, I didn't even realize it's been 30 years. I work 12, 13 hours a day, which is not to show that I'm a very hard-working person. I'm sure everybody works a lot. I just go on the sets, and I feel really, really happy that, you know, I got one expression right. It's not about a marvelous scene. It's not about having killed it or mind-blowing. This does not form a part of my vocabulary. For me, the humble attempt every morning is that if I can get a couple of seconds of an expression that I've got into a film which is new. When you're working for 30 years, the main attempt is to try and do something new, you know, because you feel that you've done lots of stuff. There's a lot of crutches that come in, a lot of stuff which gets similar, because we all do commercial films, so they themselves have a format which you have to follow. So within that format, if I can find something new to do as an actor and make people enjoy it better than the last time I did something in a film. So it's lovely to celebrate 30 years with a film on set. It was even lovelier. Yesterday I went to shoot at about 4:30 p.m. and I shot till 8:30 a.m. To celebrate 30 years of your career in the Indian film industry with a 15-hour day, I think that was the most satisfying part for this 30 years. I am from SRK Universe. Fans have been frantically asking to release the first look of your character in Pathaan. Did you plan the surprise keeping them in mind? You know, my friend Aditya Chopra, he loves me a lot, and our careers started together, and you know, more than as a producer with Yashraj is outstanding. As a lover of films, Adi, who I don't think does anything else except love films. And the attempt is always to try and make good cinema and hopefully entertain people. Our career started together. Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, and it was his first film. For me also, it was my first huge, big film. And I think there's this huge bond between myself, Adi, Karan Johar. They love me a lot beyond films, I think. I love them a lot beyond films. And whenever something special is happening in our families or in our lives, we all are there. So I think Adi just felt, to be honest, I didn't remember his 30 years of my cinema about 2-3 months back. And Adi said, "Tere 30 saal ho rahe hain yaar. We need to celebrate this." So we will do Pathaan on the 25th, because that's 30 years completed. So it wasn't a surprise. It was, how do I say, a friend being kind and celebrating 30 years of my life in film work by giving me a film which is as beautiful as Pathaan and releasing it together. And so far so good, it's been fun. Okay, I have to be a little louder, I'm being told. I thought that was a question. Suhail Sheikh, 4444, working experience with Salman Khan in Pathaan. With Salman Khan, there is no working experience. There's always love experience, a happy experience, a friendly experience, a brotherly experience. So it's amazing whenever I work with him. We get to work. We haven't really done a full-fledged film together, apart from one, which was also not full-fledged, to be honest. We were not together in the film for too long. So we get to work 4-5 days in a year sometimes in a film. The last 2 years have been fantastic because I got to be in one of his films. I had a couple of days role with Kabir Khan, and then he came in Zero and did a song with me, and now in Pathaan, and I don't know if it's a secret, but inshallah I'll try to be in Tiger also. So it's great fun working with him. It's always very, very nice. There's a special thanks I want to send before I talk about how much I love Salman and how great it was working with him. Salman is like family, he's brother. We don't know who's the elder brother. Each one of us on different days behave like the elder brother to each other. Whoever makes the mistake, the other guy becomes the elder brother. And I also want to say this to a friend who's come online, Tiger Shroff. More than a friend, like my baby, because he's Dada's son. Thank you very much for commenting here. And when I saw War with Siddharth and you in it, I got really inspired to try and do an action film. Of course, my action is not half as good as yours, but I'm trying my best. I even tried the muscle style. They're not coming as sharp as yours, but I'll keep trying. You're an inspiration, man, and inshallah, I'll get an opportunity to work with you also someday. But I feel very, very proud with what you've achieved. Thank you coming online. Then there's Funko. Sir, do you still vibe on Chaiya Chaiya? I'm assuming vibe means to dance on Chaiya Chaiya. Yeah, that's one step I know, even in my sleep. While sitting also I can do Chala Chaiya 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 Chaiya. Yeah, I love that song. I think it's a couple of songs, apart from the romantic ones, which are really nice. I think the one I really like is the way Chaiya Chaiya was devised on top of a live train and done with a lot of activity, if there's a word like that. And Chamak Chalo, I like Chamak Chalo also. These two songs, whenever I hear them, I feel very happy that they belong to me or I was able to participate in them. Art of Shalin Barrett, how you manage the time? I don't manage time, time manages me. I always tell everyone, I don't mean to sound pompous. This is my first public interaction in many years, so I need to be humble and sweet. But I tell everybody, time starts when I reach somewhere. Because there is no logic of time if you are not present in that space. So it's not with arrogance that I say this, but time starts when I reach somewhere. And I try to make sure that I don't waste anybody's time. I make sure I do work fast. And the good thing that I have is that I sleep very little. I sleep about 5 hours, and I'm happy doing that, and I can be fresh to continue working. As a matter of fact, if I sleep too long, then I get headaches. So I have good 20 hours in a day, or 18 hours at least, to be with my family, to be with my friends, to just sit down in bed and watch some innocuous stuff on television, or like yesterday, where I worked 15 hours on a set of a film. Shruti Uradi, can we get to see Abraham along with you now in this life? I wish so. I wish he was here. He's not here with me. He's currently on a holiday. I would love him to be here. If I have a picture of his around. No, I don't even have. I'm missing him now. Thank you, Shruti, for making me miss Abraham even more than I was missing him. No, he's not here, but next time around, when I come out to meet people outside, I'll bring him along, or next live that I do. Shami 31, what is your motivation that get you going with the same energy always? Yeah, which keeps me going with the same energy. It's so simple. I don't know how to explain this. I'm not oversimplifying it, but I really like what I do. I'm very excited every morning. My wife keeps asking me, how after so many years, and now 30 years, how do you get up in the morning and wear makeup and go to work and do the same thing? I don't know. I just find it extremely exciting to go on a set and create something which I know at the end may make somebody smile, may touch somebody's life, may make a difference to somebody's day or a moment, But that's not the motivation that, I'm going to change lives or I'm going to touch lives. It's just that it goes back to my three-wheeler journey where I saw these two ladies smile when they saw me. And, if I can bring that moment of change in your mood in a positive way, it keeps me going. I just want to wake up in the morning. Even the smallest thing I do, I just feel very happy waking up in the morning and getting on a set. And very few people know this. Everybody keeps talking about my energy and passion and the way I perform and stuff. But I'm actually a very lazy person. I'm very lazy. If I don't have any work, I can be in my bed without changing my clothes, and if you don't tell anyone, sometimes without even bathing, and sit down with a packet of chips and thumbs up now and always, and sit down and just do nothing at all. I think that's why my kids love me a lot. I'm quite childlike when it comes to no work. Then I'm just sitting and playing video games or just being. I don't need to do anything if I don't need to do it in my head. It's not like, I have to work. So all this energy and all this countered with the huge bout of laziness also that I fall into. Louder than this? Okay, they keep telling me I have to speak louder. I don't know. I'm screaming, no? Okay. Sorry, okay. Your dream project. Sachin Upadhyay asks me, your dream project, if any. I don't know, I've said this before, I'll say it again. The whole concept of working is that everything that I do, I believe, is the best thing I'm doing. That's the only way you can keep on working for 30 years without getting bored, tired, dispassionate about it. Anyone asks me which is your best film, it's always the next one. I truly believe that. So there's no one project that I want to do. But of course, as an actor, there were a lot of desires I had. Like I wanted to play what I did in Zero. I wanted to play what I did in Fan. I wanted to play a superhero. Unfortunately, all the three films I mentioned haven't gone down too well with the audience, and that is okay. I feel that I could have made them better. But filmmaking is like a 100-meter race. You train for it for 2-3 years. Some days you break the world record. Some days you're slow off the block. Some days halfway through you get a cramp. Some days just before the finish line somebody nips you. So you try your best, you prepare for it your best, but you don't know in that under 10 seconds what can go wrong in a film. So the attempt is always that you go out and make the best, you put your best foot forward as in a race and hope it works for everyone. So there's no dream project. Whatever project I do becomes my dream, to keep it simple. Vishal Kotian, sir, your favorite director in 30 years? I don't work with anyone I don't love. So before anybody signs me for a film, if I haven't met them before, I spend at least a year with them, meet them, discuss stuff. Because you make a film in about 140 days, or at least the films I do, I make them in 140 days. So I need to feel very happy being with those set of people, not just the director. So if there's no happiness, there's no goodness, there's no kindness, there's no fun on the set, I don't want to go and work with that person. Not because that person's not good or nice, I'm sure they'll make great films. It's just that I need to be happy on my set. So they have been, mostly, all the directors have been happy directors for me. They've given me a lot of love. They have been extremely kind and actually pampered me a lot. So obviously Aditya Chopra, I love. Karan Johar, I love. I had a great outing with Mr. Mani Ratnam because he's such a great filmmaker. Aziz Mirza was brilliant. Kundan Shah was like family. There's so many. I can just keep on taking names. I've really enjoyed myself with Siddharth now. I had a great time with Anand Rai making Zero. Manish Sharma, he made me a dream project, fan, and we had too much fun making the film. And Anubhav Sinha, who made my superhero film. There's so many people that I've enjoyed. I'm sorry if I miss out on some names. Does not mean that I'm not meaning to say I didn't enjoy with them. I'm just recounting some of the ones at the top of my head. But 99% of the filmmakers that I've worked with, the films that I've been part of, now Raju Hirani and Atlee, all of them, I've really enjoyed working with 99% of them. Some days, some people, actually it would be easier for me to answer who are the guys I didn't enjoy making films with. But I'm not going to say it publicly and create a controversy, so I'm not telling you that. Tomorrow is my father's birthday. Please wish him. His name is Jaideep or Jaldeep. Papa Jaldeep or Papa Jaideep, happy birthday to you. God bless you. May you always be healthy and happy. And here's my love to I am DVS, your son also, and have a great birthday. Jivan 25. Don't you find tiring when doing 2 movies and jump from one character to another? I would prefer to do 1 film at a time, but it's more fun. It's also easier maybe, and you get a lot more holidays if you're just on 1 film because you don't shoot every day of the month. But the last year has been a bit difficult with trying to manage time and 2 films on floor together. I had to finish Pathaan. Unfortunately, with COVID, schedule cancellations. So, but you got to do what you got to do. So, I have 2 films now. I try my best between Donkey and Jawan. I take some time, a couple of days, for the looks and all to matter. Rehearse in my bathroom, the accents and the devices I want to use for my character. And it's 30 years, man. So it's been a long time. So a little bit of juggling with characters I can do. It's not so difficult, but yeah, I would prefer it if it was 1 film. Inshallah, in the next 3 months I finish these 2 films and then I'll be back to doing 1 film at a time, finishing that. Muhammad Akib Kidwai, do you miss roles like Rahul? I don't want to sound strange, but I don't know which was the last film I played Rahul. I only remember this, Rahul Naam To Suna Hoga. Or Raj. No, I don't miss any roles. See, I'm a professional actor, Muhammad, so I get a lot of roles and characters. I just try to develop as much as I can and enjoy the best that I do. So yes, I had a great time doing Zero, which was very different from what I've ever done. And I think I'm too old to do romantic films now. It is awkward at times, I remember many years ago I was working in a film and lady opposite me was way younger than me, and it was awkward to do a romantic scene. I was a little shy, but then you're an actor, so you have to act that I'm her age or she's my age. No, she'll get angry if I say she's my age. I'm her age. I have to imagine that, and you've got to go along with it. So maybe Rahul and Raj are for the younger people to do. I'm extremely thankful to again Adi and Karan for having created these phenomenal characters. When I joined films, I never thought I'd be known by a name of a character, which I think is the greatest gift an actor can get. When you walk on the roads, people start calling you by that name. So I've been called Bazigar, I've been called Badshah, but to be called by a character name or known by that, even yesterday while I was on the set, if somebody is called Rahul, everybody turns around and says, Naam To Suna Hoga. Anybody says Raj, and it's Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. So I love them. I love Raj and Rahul. There's a part of me, a big part of me in them. The bigger part being of Adi and Karan. But there's a part of me also in them. they'll always be special, like all characters are. I told one film critic once that each character has a little bit of, sorry I'm saying my name in third person, Shah Rukh Khan in them. And so Rahul has a bit in, Raj has a bit in it. Pathaan will have a bit in it. Actually, Pathaan will have a lot in it because I feel like a Pathaan. I always have to tell her, before I sign off, because I think the questions are over, time is up, I need to tell you a little story about Pathaan, because that's the reason we were here today. I remember Siddharth narrating a lot of films to me when we were, whenever I meet him, he's a very sweet guy, and I've known him for years, Mamta and Siddharth, and we would hear stories. And unfortunately, we could not figure out the timings and all to work together before. And he had this title for years called Pathaan, and he would send me, "Ki sir, maine ye Pathaan picture abhi ready kar li hai." Sweet of him to call me sir. He's an old friend. He says, "Sir, maine kar li hai Pathaan, Pathaan." And one fine day, when we could not work on two of the scripts that he had narrated, he sent me a very sweet message. "I have this title called Pathaan. I have not been able to get a film with you because of timings, etc. Now you please take the title and make this film whenever you want." And I still have that message. And then a couple of years back, I remember Adi, just when COVID was opening up a bit, we could meet each other. Adi came in and he said, "Now Siddharth wants to make Pathaan with you." So Pathaan has had a long journey where Siddharth and me have always wanted to do a film called Pathaan. And mashallah, we got the script which felt like Pathaan. And hopefully in the coming months, the film will be out in Jan 25th, and you guys will be able to see it. And it's an old dream that Siddharth, myself, and now Adi have shared, to do a film and star me in a film called Pathaan. Having said that, that's why the hair, that's why the muscles, to feel like a little macho Pathaan. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone for coming online and sharing this moment with me. I don't know if I've done well enough. This is my first Insta Live. So hopefully you guys got to hear me, even if I wasn't loud enough. And all I want to say is thank you for celebrating 30 years of my career. Like I said, the only reason that I've lasted this long is because all of you have given me so much love and have taken time out to even bear with my bad films, my missteps, and what I try to do every time is, get onto the blocks of that 100-meter race. Don't have any missteps, don't lose out steam halfway through, still try and cross the finish line. And I want to say, none of it is for personal recognition. I think God has been kind, all of you have been kind, that I've become who I've become. It's never for personal recognition that I try to run that race very hard. It's always been to make sure that the work gets recognized. It's never personal, and it's not business either. It's actually just to make sure that that 100-meter race is won, so that all of you enjoy it, get entertained for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, or when I make the long films for 3 hours, 15 minutes. A part of your life is touched by the work that I do, or the stories that I belong to or participate in. And hopefully I can continue to do this for the next coming 30 years at least. That would be 86. No, I want to work till I'm 106 years old. So you'll have to bear with me for the next 50 years more. Yeah. That's 50 years more. I'm bad at counting. But then who's counting when you have so much love? So lots of love to all of you, and God bless you.